In this video, learn about why you must work with a staging company, especially if you're new to Airbnb and you don't want to create a property or a product that your end users not going to admire. So in this video, I really want to talk about staging, property staging for Airbnb, and more importantly, look, there's a lot of checklists out there to say go and get this furniture, but I really want to sit down and talk about some of the things I've personally gone through working with so many clients. We've launched hundreds of properties online, and one thing I must say is the ones that I can see that's going to do well straight away does well, and the one I see online and get the photo from our client and I'm thinking, oh, right, that's probably going to do all right, does exactly all right. So guys, in this video, I want to firstly introduce you to what property staging for Airbnb is, what is it benefit, what you should do, and also 3 tips at the end of the video to allow you to make sure you hit that spot on. So what is property staging? Now look, furnishing is one thing, staging is completely different. So I've worked with a lot of operators in the UK, obviously Dubai, US, and one of my big clients, which I've always been fortunate to work with, and they had somebody who was an interior designer who worked in their business. Now what happened in that process was, going back into what is property staging, is their property were staged all the time in different method that works in that investment area. So they didn't just copy and paste that into all the 100 properties they have. They made sure that their interior designer took time, not only saved money for the business, although they hired somebody full-time in the business, you could imagine that's a whole lot of expenses. She then was finding items like things that goes into property in a lot cheaper way, which was sourced in the business, within the business, and actually created a unique product. So for me, property staging is not just about furnishing, it's actually creating a unique product that your market will start to admire. Now sadly, but it's true that Airbnb operators do not take it seriously. Now just thinking it loud, I've just to look at some of the clients that I've recently worked with, especially the new operator, I bet you today that if you have 7 days without no experience to get that property set up, staged and launched, the likely chances are you're not going to achieve that. So why do they not? I don't know why Airbnb operators or new investors don't take it seriously. Obviously it comes with a cost, but secondly, the cost then goes into costing you money and the property money, because look, if you working with, again, new launches, they sometimes take 2 weeks to get the property fully up and standard and professional photo done. That is half the month's rent. If you're doing rent to rent, that's half the month's rent gone. As a result of that, you've now got 2 weeks to not only get bookings, right? And what are the likely chances that you're going to launch and get a booking tonight? And you've got to pay that next rent in 2 weeks' time to your landlord or the letting agency that you work with. So now all of a sudden, you can see why actually working with a staging company who's got experience, they've probably done it again and again, will help you understand why it will take you further down the road a lot of speed. Because people who have done staging will tell you that within a week they can achieve this. They will also tell you what actually causes a lot of issue, and I can openly tell a lot of time people don't understand delivery times for bigger products such as beds, sofas, dining tables. These are the main things that sometimes takes a lot of time for delivery. So again, think about when you're launching property, you also need to think about, well, you've staged it, you need to do professional photo, but you also need to guest. And what is that time from the day you pick up the keys to the day that first guest comes in? Well, recently, look, again, with everything we do in Grow Airbnb, we spend a lot of time talking to different people in the industry, and I'm very, very proud to say that we are now working with Alex as a part of Grow Airbnb staging team, and we are just like we do with Grow Airbnb at the moment with branding and services. We consult clients online as a part of staging side of the business. Now, the reason why if you see, I don't deal with property sources. I get a lot of people coming in and saying, Piers, you've got a lot of database, can we source properties with yourself? I don't do that. Any products or services within our industry, I try and not do it because I don't believe that it's going to add genuine value to my clients. However, staging is something that I must. The amount of new operators, like you might be someone who's about to launch property, you book a call with me And I had to keep telling them, look, we can't help you right now because you still got to set up your property, you still got to make sure it's fully ready for launch, then come and back and speak to us, right? But when I did that, and then some people came and spoke to me regarding our services, I looked at their property photo and I'm going, oh my God, right, that doesn't look any great to another product in the market or another property in the market. So, when you send me an Airbnb link, we've got an in-house software which we run through to look at the calendar, to look at all your competitions, look at who's around your area and look at their calendar. And we do a lot of stuff before we onboard client. And at that point, if I see a product that is better than yours, I'm now thinking, well, the likely chances are those people don't need to market that much because their property looks amazing and they're staged well, versus someone who has just launched property. I'm thinking, well, that just looks very, very normal. So again, let's talk about why is it important, and I'm going to give you 3 tips why you should be working with, doesn't matter who, us as a part of staging team of your business, or actually anyone who can help you stage it correctly and launch that property correctly. So look, the importance is I want to make sure that you understand you want to stage and launch a property at least from 7 to 10 days of you picking up the keys. That should always be your goal. Now, here are my 3 tips. Firstly, so when you're launching a property or when you've secured a property, you must spend at least a day in Airbnb right now in your investment area and look at the top 10 property that you think has pulled your eyes straight away because you've gone into Airbnb list and you've seen them popping straight away. They've got a good setup, looks clean, everything. You need to list them and you really need to understand what they've done in their property. Secondly, go through their Airbnb reviews, because if you do that, there's a lot of guests that will say they've had an enjoyable stay because the property was amazing, and some of them will actually mention what was amazing about the property. So it kind of gives you a feedback about the type of guest it is. And secondly, if it's only for 2-night stay, they might enjoy the decor, but somebody who's staying long term, they might say the kitchen was amazing and the setup was amazing and they use the kitchen for the whole month. So it kind of gives you that understanding. Lastly, look, hire someone if you can, and if you can put aside a budget to hire someone to stage your property. Imagine you're hiring someone who's already set up a property. They're going to allow you to give you all the tips and tricks and anything that you shouldn't do to make your property not desirable. Now, in Grow Airbnb staging with Alex, that's something I wanted to put in for our clients, where if somebody wants to work with us, we will actually offer that service with Alex to come in on board straight away. So we'll consult you online. Doesn't matter where you are in the world. We will sit down with you. We will actually do the research for you. Alex will run you a staging report. We'll then give you advice on what to buy. So eventually what you're doing is you've got all this report. You just actually implement it without worrying about anything. Obviously, we'd love to hear your thoughts. We will look at the pictures of the property. We'll ask you for videos of the property. But the eventual goal is to get you a product, create a product that we're going to launch with you with no problem at all. So guys, look, if you're already an experienced operator and you want to upgrade your property, or if you're looking to launch a new property in the market and you want to do it within that 7 to 10 days without no problem and get that booking, drop me a link down. Without no problem, please, there's a link down below. Drop a call. We'll go through a one-to-one call with you, Alex, understand exactly what you want to do, and we'll make sure we give you the best advice. Look guys, property staging right now is the key for you to be listed on Airbnb and look unique. So thank you so much for watching another Grow Airbnb video. I am very, very fortunate today to talk about Alex and the staging side of the business in Grow Airbnb, and tomorrow hopefully we can work with you guys too. Thank you so much for watching another Grow Airbnb video. We will be back with another video soon.